And we're back. So this is the before and after for the killing of a deer.
Sacred deer.
Sacred deer.
Greek mythology.
I'm so glad that, you know, the Lobster guys are back. We got the same editor, same cinematographer, same... I mean, the director's producing and screenplaying, and he's working with the same screenwriter.
Yeah, he's an all-star.
Yeah. Like the last movie that the screenwriter wrote, he won an award for that, whatever that was. It was like Chivalrous or Chivalry or something. So I'll probably check that out because it won a Greek award because it's another Greek film. So...
Well, I've seen Dogtooth. I've seen The Lobster.
I suck. I still haven't seen Dogtooth.
And now I'm seeing this, so
yeah.
it's just all coming full
Hair's
circle.
so gross.
And he has a movie coming out, which I didn't even know about, called The Favourite, with Emma Stone. It's like a British period piece. So
Like it's new?
Like it's coming out next year.
Oh.
Which would be really weird to see, since he's kind of like the guy doing the absurdist kind of tales right now.
That's true. What, and what does that one look like so far? Is it British
Just
trailer?
seems like a normal British period
Trailer's
piece.
out?
No.
That's what I don't know
Just
about.
cast attached.
Oh, okay. But anyways, Colin Farrell comes back once again. Everyone else is new, not from Lobster, so that's kind of nice. I do wonder how is it going to compare in terms of his acting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Kind of similar.
I heard this one is... I heard this makes The Lobster seem warm and cuddly.
It was pretty warm and cuddly, though, when you think about it.
Yeah, it had a bit more emotion in it.
Yeah.
This one seems very cold and calculating.
Yeah, I love the poster, high ceiling concept.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nicole Kidman, I mean, I haven't seen her anything since Stoker, which I feel like she's playing that sort of role where it's just like, kind of, I don't know, everything's kind of cold, so
Yeah.
I feel like it's a Stoker role.
Probably going to be like the cold mom.
Yeah, so she can totally pull it off.
Yeah.
Who else is in this?
Well, the kid is the boy. The guy who plays Martin is, I can't remember his name. Something Keoghan, but
Oh.
he's in like a bunch of stuff. He'll probably do a really good job playing a sinister kid with sinister motives.
I actually don't even know what's it about. I can't even guess. I watched the trailer, didn't really get what's going on, but I'm like, hey, Lobster guy, gotta watch that.
Well, Colin Farrell's the surgeon.
Right.
And he basically, I think he makes the decision that could go either way.
Oh, right, yeah,
and it affects the kid,
Right,
who then
right.
takes his revenge on Colin Farrell.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah.
So there's revenge. So
And it's
that'd be
based on the
cool.
Greek play. No, on a Greek play. So.
Was Lobster based on anything?
I don't know.
Whatever, but
So looking
forward to that.
absurdist humor, some dark,
yes,
some dark humor.
dark.
Maybe some shots like in Hannibal. You ever watch Hannibal, like
Yeah.
the TV show Hannibal? You know, they do like those artistic shots with the deaths. So I'm wondering if maybe they'll do that with the surgeries.
Oh, there's a lot of people dying in this?
Apparently the heart surgeries in this movie were actually real. And like Colin Farrell was there attending the surgery.
That's so awkward.
So-
How do you even do that?
I
How
don't
do
know.
you approve that?
So I feel like I'm gonna get really
How do
squeamish.
producers approve that? How do doctors approve that? Screw like
It's
from
this
entertainment,
Greek dude.
but like...
This Greek dude just come into Hollywood and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna
But
do
did they film
whatever I
this
want.
in Greece or here?
I think they filmed it in North
Or
America.
North America.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty ballsy for the doctors to be like, yeah, let's have a crew in our surgery.
Yeah.
Because the heart surgery is like nothing.
And not even like, because Colin Farrell's in the scene, so he has to be like there. He can't be like up in the...
The OR.
Yeah.
Observation room. That's just cheating. So anyways, I look forward to that. So yeah, cringe.
Cringe factor,
scenes.
yeah.
Yeah, I just look forward to it. I know that I'm going to love this because my friend loved it. And he loves Lobster, and I love Lobster.
Yeah, Lobster was great.
Yeah, so I look forward to it. I look forward to being disappointed. I'm gonna set myself up for that much hype.
I am just looking forward to being like shocked in some way. Whether
And be
it's
like,
cringes,
wow.
whether it's like grossness or just like coldness.
Cold.
I'm ready for it.
Cool. Anyways, we have high expectations.
High expectations.
So that's it. This is before, and this is after. Holy crap! I'm still cold. Like it's so chilling.
I'm still sweating. I haven't calmed down.
It's the most unsettling thing I've seen this year.
That's the key word. Unsettling.
Unsettling.
Like it's a completely
Like,
unsettling
yeah.
experience.
I think you need to know, going into this film is unsettling, and it's based off a Greek tragedy. Going in there, that's all you need to know, and I think you'll be prepared more than me. Because I just knew it was a play. I didn't know it was a tragedy.
The first like third of the movie is pretty like a normal kind of thing.
Yeah.
Setting it up.
Yeah.
But then the last 2/3, I was cringing and like very uncomfortable in my seat. I really wanted to leave.
I was like, when is this over? Like, I had to check the clock. I was like, this can't go on for that much longer, can it? I don't know. But
just everything from the score, the shots, the long awkward pauses.
Yeah. I mean, we can start off like, okay, let's talk about like basics, like the narrative and the acting. Like, I think everyone did a great job.
Everyone was.
The
kids especially.
Yeah.
The kids were incredibly creepy.
Like, granted, like the son had less screen time, but he did what he needed. The daughter was super creepy. And it's just, but it's like understandable for her age, I guess. And then we got the dude from Dunkirk, that's who it is. And also Alicia Silverstone, that's the person I forgot.
Yeah, random.
Like, I don't even know why she's
the weirdest role that I could have ever seen.
Anyone could have played her.
The last thing I saw her in was Clueless, and so this is a very weird thing for me to see her in.
Dunkirk guy.
He was great. He was he did
very
an incredible job.
Like you were saying, like, this is produced by an Irish what? Film?
It's produced by the Irish Film Board.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, they get behind some dark shit.
Pretty intense. I mean, really great props. I mean, coming off from Dunkirk, this is a real big surprise. Like, his lines were just great to begin with, but I feel like really dependent on like his delivery.
The creepy thing about his performance is that like he plays it like he's playing a kid with mental issues.
Yeah.
But he doesn't actually have, like, he might have something, but
it's not part of the movie.
Don't actually know. It's not part of the movie. It's just him kind of seeking justice in a really, really messed up way.
Yeah. And then we also have the parents.
Typical Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Cold and calculating.
But it worked. And it's just Colin Farrell, it's his like strange diction and rhythm for his sentences or speaking. You expect that from him, but it just works in the context and it feels great in this narrative. He's awkward.
All the characters speak in a very like stilted kind of proper way.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they say things that just completely jar you and you're like,
It's like,
what did you just say?
What? This is not happening. There's a lot of this is not happening.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, this is happening.
The way they do it really suits the world of the movie.
Yes. I think it builds a good narrative, and like there's no awkward like why is this happening, but it just feels like naturalistic to these characters that they would act like this.
And the film is just so atmospheric.
Yes.
From the score to just
the way it's shot. Like there's a lot of shots where it's very unconventional. There's a lot of tracking shots from third person behind the shoulder, so it's like a lot of like gaming, like third-person shooter games where they're just walking down the hallway and then that's how they're following. And then you were saying how they had like what?
Yeah, they displaced the camera so that you're not. The shots are unconventional, like you said. Like you're not used to the way they're filming the characters walk down a hallway or like enter a room. And it just it unsettles you. Like that's what it does. It's
and there's
very
like
strange.
There's one that was really stood out for me. It was like when he had his first conversation at the diner. Like the camera was behind Colin Farrell for like a while, and the kid was just talking. But then Colin Farrell was having a full-on conversation with him. I'm like, "Where's that cut? Where's that cut?" And there was
like the voiceover from like the phone calls with Martin when he's like just getting into his car or something. Like they did a really great job with that. It was kind of suspenseful. He actually did a really good job of building suspense too. Like throughout the whole movie.
Like you feel like you don't know what you're getting into. You feel like this is just a doctor who meets this random kid, and then it slowly escalates. So you're like, this is still okay.
And you feel like every time someone like turns around a corner, something terrible is gonna happen, or they're gonna walk in on something terrible. But then they just walk into like their kitchen and they just do something normal, and you're like, oh, that's okay.
So payoffs sometimes don't happen, which is fine. But it just like keeps you on your toes, and you're just like figure out what's really happening. Like you were saying, you still didn't like really get. You were guessing.
I was trying to guess along with the film as it progressed, but every time I thought I had it pinned down, it did something completely different. So it just kept me on my toes the whole time.
And definitely you were saying before this Like how people are saying lobster is warm and cuddly. Yeah, it's so warm and cuddly. I'd rather watch Lobster forever than watch this.
The Lobster is like a human. It's a comedy of like human warmth and emotion
so much
compared
warmth.
to this.
Here it's like it's cold and just unsettling.
It's cold and bleak and creepy.
And the worst part is just like it does it well because it's like all these people with agency, and it's just like, what else are they gonna do?
Everyone, the parents have so much time and choice.
Yeah, it's not a rush where like, just react and instincts, but it's rather you gotta think about it and ponder.
That's
and
what I mean. It's so cold and calculated.
Yeah. And it's like, and then the choices they actually make, you're like, whoa.
Completely, yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
I knew this was going to be a weird film experience. I did not expect this at all.
I thought it was going to be weird and just like different. And it is weird and different, but this is just way more. And yeah, I think like you were saying, he was building tension and suspense. Like the score, holy crap, that was a great score, great use of music.
Just random inserts of like loud, really strange music. Like not even, it's almost like, I won't say instrumental, but it's just like random noises. Yeah. Like nails on a chalkboard or something like that. And
then I think he uses so well because he literally uses music to build the scene. And then normally I don't really like that because it just feels like you're over relying on music rather than the actual thing on the screen. But here it complements it well, and it uses it over and over again throughout the film, that when there's no music you're like, what the hell? Like, why is there no music whatsoever? What's gonna go down now? And so overall,
and in the final like climactic scene, like I looked around the theater, and the few people that were in there, like they were covering their eyes or their mouths.
I was just like, this is
everyone
not happening.
did not know what was gonna happen.
I can't do this. It's too much tension. I'm okay. Like this one, it's hard to watch. Like I don't want to know.
It's not watchable.
I don't think I want to experience it again. I don't need to experience it again. I mean, granted, you can probably watch snippets of this for like technical, like, oh, look at this effect or this move, but an actual experience all over again, and I think it's even worse when you know what's going to happen.
And I can't even recommend it if you just like dark humor. Like, this is way past gallows humor. This is like the bleakest possible. It's not even humorous.
It's not
really.
humorous. It's not funny.
It's just super
it's like,
bleak.
Holy crap. Like, but I love it in the sense where it's just these normal people thrown in this crazy ass situation. Just like, how are you going to react? Yeah. And that's just like great screenplay. So I definitely look forward to whatever this guy's writing next, because it's just like to come up with this. I mean, granted, the tragedy, I looked up a bit, and it's like probably inspired rather than based. But just the fact that he made this into a current day contemporary thing was just props.
Which is why I am very interested to see what he does with a British period piece, which is his next film. I have no idea what that's going to be like.
So definitely looking forward to that. This guy should be on your radar. I mean, granted, you might not have dug Lobster as much, but the things that he's doing on the screen and just what he's putting out is like so much.
It's pretty unique.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like better or worse. It's subjective for sure, but like the fact that he's pulling this off and companies are letting him do what he wants, and it's just making him a name for himself for this kind of genre is like, it's great. We need more experimental, more out of the box, non-mainstream films.
Just like you said, I wouldn't watch it again, but it was good to kind of be brought out of my skin in a way, you know?
Yeah, I don't think I have felt like this in a while.
I have not had a movie kind of jar me like this in a long time.
Like, I think like the closest would probably be like, sad movies or where like real life events inspired. Like for me, I was saying, I watched Son of Saul, and that's a bleak film about World War II and Jews, and that was just like, I felt horrible after coming out, but I was not like, I'm cold and like, oh my god, it's like, But here, holy crap, I was just like, oh man. Anyways, we talked for way too long. Props for everybody.
We just have so many thoughts in our head.
I know, it's just like, holy
It's
smokes.
very thought-provoking.
I feel like the more you think about it, the more you'll get out of it. But at the same time, you're like, I don't really want to think more about it because it's so messed up.
There's a lot of existentialism going on here.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it. We talked long enough. This is before and after for The Killing of a Sacred Deer, which is a great title, actually.
It is.
When you really consider everything that happened, you're like, wow.
I love movies that actually have titles, not just like Michael Clayton or John Carter. Give me like a literary, and it's a literary reference, so it kind of sends you on another path.
Yeah, it's like what we have. Where's that
more.
Churchill trailer? Darkest Hour. Oh, come on board. Or like Three Billboards. Oh, that one was that song. Yeah. Anyways, we're tangent. Anyway, that's it. Before and after for Killing of the Sacred Deer. Later.